Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. So, in this video, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nisrina Zaida with student number 20200081003 from class B. Here I am going to talk about listening and speaking for career development assignment. The title is Interviewing a Professional. Okay, so without any prolix in this interview session, I would like to introduce someone who will be my guest in this interview. Okay, so in this video, I will ask some questions to be answered by you. Well, maybe I can start from here for the first question. Could you tell me about yourself? Maybe it can start from your name, your date of birth, and probably you can enhance or add some information about yourself.
Okay, my name is Lina. It's nice to meet you this morning. My name is Norma. I am an English teacher from the Graduate Islamic Senior High School Hidayah, Surakarta, and I'm 42 years old and a married woman with 3 children. People say that I'm an energetic people because I like to have a high spirit to teach my student, but also besides as a teacher, I'm a writer too. I mean that I have a writing class for fiction because I'm from English literature. So it means that not only a teacher for my student, but I have a class writing for fiction like this.
Oh, could you tell me about your job description, such as your detail about your job, and then your work location, and then your position at the school, and your office hours when you're teaching at the school? Something that true with the job description is.
Okay, related to my job in my school, maybe I'm the oldest teacher or the longest teacher in my school because my school has the same age with my position. I mean that I'm the first English teacher in my school since 2008, and until now I am still an English teacher. And at this time I teach 2 subjects, that is English language and English literature. And then about my position in school, I'm not only teach English and English literature, but I also teach journalistic extracurricular, especially I teach the student how to write something like this. And about my office is in Puchangan, in Pandawa number 10, Puchangan Kartasura. And then my school actually a private school. We are a government school, and we are under the foundation of Nur Hidayah Surakarta.
Could you explain your educational qualification? As a teacher, you're supposed to have a classroom procedure and then your interpersonal skill to teach students. Can you tell me about that? About the educational qualification?
Okay, as an English teacher for senior high school, so the teacher must be graduated from English education faculty or from English literature. And fortunately, I'm from English literature. But after that, I take my D4, if say that, diploma for education. But I also have finished my teacher professional education 2 years ago. So it means that to be a teacher means it's not only need the basic on the background of education in English, but also the students should graduate from the professional training for teachers. It means like that
Mm-hmm.
for this time. So it means that both of the teachers should have a good background in academic, but also a good background in skill or in a profession as a teacher, like that.
Okay. I mean, can you tell me about your experience as an English teacher?
Okay, I think all of the teacher, especially language teacher, not only English teacher, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they should have a good ability to mastering all of the skill in language, for example, listening and then reading, speaking and writing,
Mm-hmm.
and also grammar, of course. Gitu ya. Why is it so? Because I think language is about skill. So it
Uh-huh.
means
Yeah.
that the teacher, all of the teachers should mastering uh, as well as I mean should mastering English while in the fort of the skill and then about the grammar itself, and then also the teacher should mastering the method how they teach the student nicely. Why is it so? Because I think teaching is something should be attractive for students to give their attention and then for the student to attract about the materials. So the first teacher is the first impression. I mean that
Mm-hmm.
if the teacher do not have any impression when they teach the student, they do not use variation or various method to teach them, so they cannot make the student enjoy the studying. So it means
Mm-hmm.
that the teacher should have many knowledge about how to teach them, not only about the English itself, like
Mm-hmm.
this. Yes, mean it means
Mm-hmm.
that the teacher not only have a skill of teaching, but they also should have a good education in
Mm-hmm.
English, for example. So
Yeah.
both of them, education of the teacher means about the what's that? The academic
Mm-hmm.
ability of the teacher, and then it can be combined with the skill. Because if the teacher good in academic but has no skill in teaching, uh, it becomes something bored for the student to teach without any method or without any attractive method. The
Mm-hmm.
student do not like to study English itself.
Mm-hmm.
So both are a couple between
Oh yeah.
the academic ability and then about the ability on the skill of teaching or using various method for teaching. I mean like that.
Can you tell me about your experience as an English teacher? I think that is probably hard to be a teacher, but I know you can tell that being a teacher is like, wow, like something, a job that it was very difficult, but it also have a meaningful thing to be a teacher. Um, like, and of course, in this pandemic, like this COVID pandemic, in this like the situation, you probably have a hard time to teach students on online learning, or maybe the opposite thing happened to you, like you don't have any difficulties and apply the application, or maybe you have a difficulty in like communication with students in the online learning. Do you have any experience about an English teacher? And then especially in this pandemic.
Uh, okay. Talking about my teaching for this years in the during the pandemic itself,
Mm-hmm.
our school has many strategies how to make that the process of teaching not disturbed by this condition. It's not
Okay.
easy for us, and it's not easy for me as a teacher of a language. Why is it so? Because language is something that very close to the skill, very close to the contact between the teacher and the student. because I teach something skill. So it means that I should make student have a good skill in English. For both skill for no for all of the skill. I mean like this
Mm-hmm.
for listening, for reading, for speaking, and for writing. But because the condition make us like what's that should find the best solution or the best way to
Mm-hmm.
make them still good in learning English. So it means that for about this year pace of academic pandemic, the pace of pandemic, we should try to find the minimal competence that can be mastered by the student. For example, but I still
Mm-hmm.
like this. This my school, our school using learning methodology system
Mm-hmm.
in internet, so the student can access the LMS or the e-learning uh, easily. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to make them. I still teach them using all of the skill in all of the skill for them. Start from how they should still can be able to do speaking, for example, to do listening, for example, by
Mm-hmm.
using many methods. For example, to make them able to do listening, so I still give them listening material
Mm-hmm.
in the e-learning. I
Mm-hmm.
give them video, and then I give a question. What do you think about this video? After they do that, and then there are several questions for them, for example, and
Mm-hmm.
then they answer about the listening material in the audio or in the video. I mean like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for speaking itself, I give them I give them some of assignment that can make them speak up and record
Okay.
them
Uh-huh.
in a video like that. So
Mm-hmm.
they can post them in a video and send to my email, and or you can show it in your social media, for example, in your
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, or they can post another place. But some of them do not like. Teenagers do not like to show up their
Mm-hmm.
ability of speaking in English. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
so they do not like to do that, and they only
Yeah.
some of them only no many of them, but some of them only, and
Mm-hmm.
they send to my email. And then about writing, I do that because and reading, I do that too. I mean that for reading, for example, I give them a text if it is the competency related to the text, and then after that I
Mm-hmm.
give a question and I give to them several questions based
Mm-hmm.
on the competency that I need for them to answer, and then they answer the question through through a file and then send to me. About
Mm-hmm.
writing, the same too, that I give them a writing skill to them to compose something based on the competency. I mean, based on the competency, I give to them a theme, for example, or something like that related to the material, and then
Mm-hmm.
please write your idea about this, for example, and then send to me like this. So I
Okay.
mean that pandemic do not become a barrier for us to make them enjoy studying English.
Can you describe your career path? I will very pleased to hear about your career path. Means a career path can be like your journey as an English teacher. Do you have any trouble through your struggle to become a teacher? Like maybe studying in English department is also, I mean, in my opinion, that's a little bit difficult to me, but I still have to make struggle to that to become a teacher like Miss Nurma.
Okay. Well, actually, my decision to be a teacher
Mm-hmm.
is not in my studying in the university, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, when I came to English literature of Sebelas Maret University, my reason is only one. I like English. I like English so much, and this is I think no one forced me to learn English,
Mhm.
and I enjoy it still from my elementary school. And then I enjoy learning English and reading anything about English. So when I came to English literature in
Mhm.
my university, it's sort like a challenge for me how to improve my English, how to make my English is better and better. And
Mhm.
until I graduate from, and then English literature make me what is that? I study many things, especially about writing, about novel, about anything else.
Mhm.
And my decision to be a teacher was uh, it start when it start it began when I falling in love to teach my elementary school in 2003.
Mhm.
I decide, oh, I think this is my future. It is my life because I fall in love in teaching. It means
Mhm.
that I'm sad to know many Muslim students in Indonesia. They cannot speak in English well. They do not understand about English. They do not have any motivation of learning English,
Mhm.
and they cannot speak well in English. So that's why then I decide that I think I don't want to be a diplomat, or I don't want to be anything else as my
Mhm.
future dream in my elementary
Mhm.
school. But I think I decide I want to be a teacher. I will teach
Mhm.
many students, and I will support my student to be to be many profession. For example, to be a
Mhm.
doctor, to be an ambassador, or to be a pilot, and anything else. But
Mhm.
and I want to say to them that English is very important. That is one spirit of my motivation to be a teacher. And
Mhm.
then what is about talking about my path of teacher? Well, before I teach in this school in senior high school,
Mhm.
I was a teacher in International Islamic School Al Abidin for
Mm,
about three
wow.
years. I teach children,
Yeah.
kiddos, yeah, uh, elementary school student, and I enjoy it,
Mhm.
and that support me to learn many things. It means that I never stop learning. As a teacher, I never
Mhm.
stop learning. So although I was although I teach elementary school,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that I stop learn at that. It didn't mean that I stopped learning at that time. And
Mhm.
then when I moved 2008, I to be I teach a senior high school student.
Mhm.
It means that I should improve all of my ability in teaching English,
Mhm.
and also I should add my ability of for many things like that.
Mhm.
Especially that I teach teenagers.
Mhm.
It's not only teach about English, but also I teach about their behavior, or I teach
Mhm.
about their dream. I teach about many things. So it means that I also study about psychology to support my ability of teaching them as a
Mhm.
teenager. So it means that actually I want to continue my studying
Mhm.
to the next degree, but
Oh.
I still try to manage the time, because I think
Mhm.
it's very important for teacher to add or to improve or enhance the ability
Mhm.
of them to study about many things,
Mhm.
especially about English, like that.
Okay. Wow. This is a great interview with Mrs. Norma. Okay, Miss, thank you so much for being my guest in this interview video. I really appreciate all of your answer and all of your experience as an English teacher. And I really want to thankful to be your students at senior high school. I really like that's a great experience as a student to become to have a teach by you like that, Miss.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good luck for Nisima in your
Mm-hmm.
studying too.
Okay. I think this is enough for the interview session. Probably we have to close the video by salam. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mbak Nisrina. Good luck for
Yeah,
everything.
you're welcome, Miss.